Morning, ladies, and welcome to the AM News. Now, part of the federal government's effort is revolutionizing the Nigerian Railway Corporation, NRC, and it is in line with this that the federal government takes a bold step towards a sustainable transportation system with the handing over of CNG buses and unveiling of a CNG-branded coach. Hawa Gimba reports that the Chief Executive Presidential Initiative on CNG, Michael Oluwagbemi, handed over the facility to the corporation on behalf of the federal government.
In a landmark move towards sustainable and eco-friendly transportation, the federal government has taken a bold step with the official handover of a compressed natural gas CNG-powered bus and the unveiling of a branded new coach. The event reflects on a significant milestone in Nigerians' quest for cleaner energy solutions in the transport sector.
The vision of Mr. President for the development of Nigeria is about modernizing our economy. It's about reforming this economy. And if we want to leap forward as a people, either in terms of economic development, economic growth, and opportunities for our people, then we must modernize.
I have to think technologically and see how I can innovate and support and complement their work.
To exchange diesel as a form of energy security, energy diversification, let's use CNG.
This introduction of CNG-powered bus and the unveiling of a new coach by the NRC marks a bold step towards sustainable public transportation, reducing emission, cutting costs, and setting a new standard for mobility in the country. From the Idu train station in Abuja, Hawa Gimba, NTA News.
And in another development, Minister of Steel Development Prince Shaibu Abubakar Audu, in continuation of efforts to revive the nation's steel sector, embarked on a high-level working visit to China to attract strategic investments and deepen industrial cooperation with key Chinese partners. The delegation of the minister includes the Director General, Nigeria-China Strategic Partnership, NCSP, Mr. Joseph Tegwe, and top-level officials from the Nigerian Embassy in Beijing, held strategic meetings with some of China's largest and most influential steel conglomerates, including executives of Sino Steel, Fangda Steel Group, and Jingye Steel Group. The crux of the meeting with the leading Chinese steel conglomerates is the revitalization of Ajaokuta Steel Company, a key industrial asset considered critical to Nigeria's manufacturing ambitions and job creation strategy. Now, talks also centered around technical evaluations, operational modeling, and financing frameworks required to restore the facility to full productivity. The minister reiterated that the Renewed Hope administration led by President Bola Tinubu is determined to revive Ajaokuta Steel Company before the end of the current administration. Now, the Defense Headquarters is partnering with the United States Institute of Security Governance to further develop the capacity of military personnel on enhancing harm mitigation during conflict and security operations. The civilian harm mitigating seminar reviews Nigeria's counter-insurgency operations in the last 16 years, with emphasis on cases of collateral damages during operations.
It's critical to our operations right now. This is a form of sensitizing our troops that when you go there, it's not for you to go and really kill, but you need to protect civilians. You need to protect the baby. You need to protect the child. You need to protect the male and female. So that is what this course is all about. The military is trying to do a lot to reach down to the grassroots, to sensitize the men that the military is there to protect you, to defend you, and not to harm you. So what they have been taught now, they will go back to their units and practice it. They too will become trained trainers, and most of them in the front of battle, they will know that yes, there are some guides apart from international humanitarian laws that will guide them on what to do, mostly to protect a civilian population.
Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that with participants drawn from all the theaters of operation across the country, the seminar aligns with the Chief of Defense Staff's philosophy of having a people-centric armed forces where civilian life and civil-military relations is key to winning the war against insurgency. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Air Force has reconfigured a four pre-owned fuel tankers into specialized aircraft refueling bowsers in a strategic push to boost operational efficiency. Now, the initiative, executed under the supervision of the 643 Equipment Supply Depot in Lagos, reflects the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar's resolve to entrench proactive logistic support and deepen maintenance culture while leveraging innovation and resourcefulness across the service. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ehimen Ejodame, indicates that these reconfigured bowsers represent more than just fuel on wheels. They embody the NAV's drive for self-reliance and operational adaptability. Air Marshal Abubakar said the newly reconfigured bowsers are set to play a critical role in sustaining ongoing air operations, particularly in counter-terrorism missions and joint force deployments across the country. The move is to significantly ensure rapid and reliable aircraft refueling. The NAV aims to enhance persistent air presence, optimize turnaround times, and deliver decisive effects in complex operational environments. And as the world sets aside 16th of June of every year to celebrate fathers for their pivotal role in advancing families and societal values, the African Center for Leadership, Strategy and Development has commemorated the day with an exemplary event, spotting out the pride place of fathers. The 2025 focus is celebrating positive masculinity and male allyship for gender equality, fathers as feminists, redeeming fatherhood for equality and justice.
Both men and women make society work. Both men and women make society to tick. So as women perform their roles in society, men must also perform their roles.
We recognize that just focusing on women alone will not end gender-based violence, because the main perpetuators of gender-based violence are men. There are peculiar issues that influence men, that make men susceptible to violence.
So we'll continue to push and ensure that this message trickles down so that we'll give the female folk, especially, opportunity to participate in decision-making and societal governance.
Speakers say the day is not entirely a gender issue, but ultimately about humanity, as fathers are usually quietly celebrated despite their salient and bold efforts in sustaining family demography worldwide and enhancing gender advocacy.
Our religious leaders to frame the messaging and the concept around gender equality in a way that is culturally relevant to our setting.
The ceremony also honored few men whose roles have been exceptional in pursuing the cause of male children and men in the society, with efforts to support justice for the male gender nationwide, with appointed foot soldiers to implement the blueprint. And that's it on the AM News. Enjoy the wonderful show put together by our Weekend Deal. Over to you, Patience, and